Hello everybody, this is Joel Michael for Thiege's Catalog, and this is a fast video walkthrough of Final Fantasy VI, the greatest JRPG of all time. That's right, I said the greatest. Fight me, internet. Also, click here for my fast walkthrough for Final Fantasy VII, and hey, like the video and subscribe, and maybe I'll make more of them, yeah? Let's begin. Use Bioblast with Terra on all these guys and Norsh, they'll love it. Torch these rats with Terra's fire spell. Shoot this ugly bastard in the face with tech missiles from Terra. Be sure to wait with the other guys to see if it retreats into the shell. You don't want to attack it then. Terra meets her father's brother's nephew's cousin's former roommate. Terra's father's brother's nephew's cousin's former roommate is a dick to Vixen Wedge. This guy wants to help you. Repay him by stealing his prized elixir out of the clock. While in this cave, don't take the treasures. They'll turn into something better later on.
Terra go down the hole.
Have a flashback. Mog wants to help you. Repay him by de-equipping him. Follow this pattern to fight the main baddie with Locke's party without engaging any other minions. After killing off the two knife sponges, steal a mithril Kniffi from the Marshal. Visit the tutorial school to get a tincture, sleeping bag, and tonic. The chest on the far right room is just a monster in the box, without a reward. Head south to Figaro Castle. Enter Edgar. Go to the shop on the right, get all of the tools for Edgar, grab the tonic and antidote behind the shopkeep. In the shop to the left is a soft. Head downstairs, then to the left tower, talk to the old hag and learn about Sabin. Go back to the throne room and talk to Edgar to advance the story. Enter Kefka. Kefka sets fire to Figaro Castle. What a pyro's dick. Fight some armor. Edgar is impressed by the firewoman. I hear she sells sanctuary. Ride your yellow chicken down to this cave. You can equip Edgar with the mithril pike you stole from the furry-winged creature, but his auto crossbow works better for multiple enemies anyway. Take a left at this fork to get a tincture. On the right side of the cave is another tincture. On the left side of the cave is a phoenix down. This staircase is the way out. From the cave, head right on the world map to reach Sabin's house. Steal his tonic. Outside the house, an old man will tell you Sabin's in the mountains. Head south to Figaro. Tonic in this barrel. Get at least some sprint shoes and a couple star pendants. Eye drop in this crate. Antidote in this barrel. Soft in this crate. Go into the cafe and bug Shadow. Warpstone in this barrel. Go to the weapons and armor shop to upgrade your arsenal. Sneak into the back of this house for a tonic. Green cherry in this crate. Tonic in this barrel. You can chocobo it up to mount colts, or you can hike it to get more experience from, like, 1 or 2 fights. You can steal a bandana for luck from these guys. Get stocked. Work your way around this natural barrier to get a guardian for Locke. Your turn to stock. Go to the cave on the right to get this tent. Backtrack to the left cave to continue chasing Sabin. Psych, it wasn't Sabin at all, it was Vargas. Okay, Sabin's there too. Vargas is a karate dick. End the fight early by casting Sabin's pummel blitz with left, right, left, A. Sabin joins the party. Tent in this chest. March north to the Returner's hideout. Meet Bannon. Bannon vomits narrative. Phoenix down in this chest. Head up to the cave to get an air lancet, another Phoenix down, a True Knight, antidote, and tincture. Go through this secret passage to get the white cape. Green cherry in this pot. Buy eye drops from the merchant. Potion in this chest. After talking to Locke, Sabin, and Edgar, tell this guard to get the hell out of the way so you can speak to Bannon. When he asks you to join them, say yes. Duh. Meeting. Interruption of meeting. Before jumping into the raft, make sure Bannon is in the back row, set your cursor to memory, and check everyone's equipment. Raft time, you know what to do here. This is why emulators are awesome. Everyone is now over 600 HP in less than 5 minutes. Hells yeah. Don't worry, I won't do this for the walkthrough. Meet Ultros. Kick his ass. Sabin jumps out of the raft without a life jacket. Don't try this at home, kids. In this guide, we'll do Terra's scenario first. After the river, the only way to go is to Narsh. Go left immediately and activate this wall. Follow the mysterious light. At this fork, head down and go back to where Mog helped you out before near the beginning of the game. Enter this cave and procure the rune edge for Terra. Run down this part of the cave and ignore these chests a second time. They're not ripe yet. Before going to Arvis's house, remove valuable relics and equipment from your party members. Now go to Locke's scenario. Head straight for the item shop and literally steal the pants off this merchant's back. Make your way to this house, descend the staircase, and tell the brat to get out of your way. Run north, take the long way around the upper wall to greet this nice green soldier. Steal his Back to the middle of town, enter the cafe, go downstairs, and talk to this merchant. Steal his clothes, and Locke will then take the cider. Exit the cafe and sneak into the back of this house. Give the old man the cider and suffer his amnesia. Screw it, go to the kid anyway and tell him the password is courage. Don't forget the elixir in this clock. Walk outside to find a phoenix down in this barrel. Enter the house, ascend the stairs, go into this room, and walk behind the bookcase to find a secret passage. Don't change clothes when given the option. Don't forget the secret passage where you'll find a hyperist and running shoes. Enter Celeste. This guy is a dick to women and probably has a Me Too dossier. Get Celeste, take the key from the guard. Equip Celeste, be sure not to give her the rune edge, as this will drain her valuable MP. Iron armor in this chest. Earrings down here. Heavy shield and regal cutlass up here. There's a hidden passage in this hallway leading to basement 2. Explosion and ether in the chests. Here is another hidden chest with a ribbon inside. Exit Figaro and equip your party with a ribbon and star pendant to avoid poison damage. Take a rest at Sabin's house to recover. Go left to a cave. This cave looks familiar. Recovery Spring! If you want to, go ahead and take off Celeste and Locke's relics here. They don't need them for the boss fight, and Sabin would like some perks, I'm sure. Oh Use Runic to absorb magic while Locke can steal an air lancet. Time to see what Sabin's up to. Visit the nearby house and talk to Shadow. He'll join you, but only for a few battles, so don't tarry here. Head straight for the Imperial camp. Kefka is at the Imperial camp. The Imperials storm Dorma. Enter Cyan. Cyan kicks ass. The Imperial troops run away. Back in the base, hit Kefka's chest to get a star pendant without a fight. There's nothing in the other tent. Enter General Leo. Kefka plans mischief. Confront Kefka. Kick his little bitch ass. After he runs away, don't talk to him immediately. There are treasures to be found. Mithril glove. Monster in a box for a green beret. Fight Kefka again. Kefka poisons the river. What a dick. King's a goner. Walk southeast of the throne room to get this remedy. Cyan checks up on his wife, Magenta, and son Yellow. It doesn't look promising. Give a bro some aid. Head south to the Phantom Forest. Phantom Train. Keep talking to these ghosts until you find a merchant, then buy what you need. Having at least one phoenix down wouldn't be a bad idea. Wink, wink. Jump cars. Have dinner. Earrings in the dining car. Fight Siegfried. Watch him steal the treasure. Boo. A couple train cars and a few rooms down is this place with 2 phoenix downs and a sniper sight. The last chest gets you a hyperist after a monster in a box. In the engine room, flip the 2 outer switches, then activate the smokestack to stop the train. Oops, it's a boss fight. Suplex a train. Use a phoenix down on the train in case you get bored. Cyan has one last fleeting moment with his family. After the forest, remove all equipment and relics from Shadow, who will soon leave you. Jump down a giant waterfall. Go fishing. Get revived by Tarzan's monkey boy love child. Travel east to Mobley's. You can rest in the back of the relic shop for free here. Weapon and armor upgrades are available. Get a dried meat from the item shop. Elixir in this house in the clock. Do a side quest for a wounded soldier sending letters through the mail house directly to the right. Visit the relic shop after the mailman to keep the cycle going. After about 4 or 5 letters, you'll be rewarded with a Titanabar relic. Time to get Gaw. Encounter Gaw randomly after a fight. Give him the dried meat. Gaw's Rage is a pretty cool ability. To make it more robust, have him leap during every fight. He'll learn that monster's abilities, plus those of the next fight's monsters. Make sure Gaw is officially in your party when you approach the cave to the south. Gaw will find his treasure here. More water action. Head right at both forks for an X potion and green beret. Onward to Nikia. There's nothing to do here but shop. The only thing you should really get here is a few pieces of armor for the rest of your party. Maybe some tonics if that'll make you happy too. When you're done, board the Figaro-bound ferry. Get ready for a decisive battle. Team meeting! You'll have to split into 3 groups here. Make sure you pair strong attackers with healers. That third group then is just whoever I had left. Yeah. When all the other minions are gone, use Sabin's party to take on the final minion with his blitz attack. Celeste should be in the party that fights Kefka for her runic ability to absorb the magic attacks. Tea time with Mr. Esper. Terra turns into a she-devil and flies away. Form a search party for Terra. Take Edgar, Celeste, Locke, and Sabin. There are worthwhile upgrades to buy in Norsh. Go back to Figaro Castle. Buy the new tools available for Edgar, especially the drill. Take a nap to trigger a nice little flashback. Go to the engine room and transport to Collingen. Run up to the back of this house to get a green beret. Enter this house to see Locke get all pouty about some women named Rachel. Hey, she looks like Celeste. After Locke's Moody Blues session, get an elixir from the clock. In this house, we learn that Locke is keeping Rachel in an herbal-induced suspended animation. That's creepy. Shadow is also at the inn, but Nobody cares. Venture south to Jadur. There are better weapons and armor to buy here. Go to Owzer's house to find a tincture in a jar. Follow the fairway to the north to find Zozo. You can steal Dragoon boots and goggles from harvesters. Make sure you've thrown a few punches first though, otherwise they'll run away with your cash. Enter the inn and set the clock to 6:10:50 to get the chainsaw for Edgar. With a great amount of patience, steal a thief knife from a slam dancer. Go into the cafe building to acquire a tincture. Head up to the relics building, thief glove in this room. Jump here, tincture in this pot, potion here. Fire knuckle for Sabin. Fight the dude a llama. Steal a jewel ring from him. When he summons his minions, concentrate on only attacking the dude, otherwise he'll start one-shotting people. You don't want that. Hey look, it's Terra. She doesn't speak English anymore. Ramu. Enter Magicite. Ramu gives up his ghost. Don't forget about the running shoes and X potion. Descending narrative. Head back to Jadur. Go to Owzer's house and talk to the impresario. He'll take a liking to Celeste. Enter Setzer. Move south to the Opera House. Scheme against Setzer. And now the most famous opera in all of gaming history. Leave the most famous opera in all of gaming history to have a heated talk with Celeste. Sing in the opera. Your lines are, "Oh my hero, I'm the darkness," and "Must I?" Find a love letter from Ultros. It'll take him 5 minutes to drop the weight. Oh no. Flip the far right switch and move to the left side of the balcony. Head across the rafters and try to dodge the rats. It doesn't matter if you can't avoid them, just make sure you eliminate the red ones first so they don't summon reinforcements. Have a tiff with Ultros. Ruin the opera. Fight Ultros. It's a straightforward brawl this. Use your most powerful attacks and heal with potions or cure if someone's learned it already. Setzer steals Celeste, thinking she's Maria. Sneak onto Setzer's airboat. Setzer is a fast learner. Approach the Empire. Go to the nearby town Albrook and shop for upgrades. Tincture in the weapons shop. These chests in the armor shop are empty. Probably wouldn't be a bad idea to buy some wall rings and amulets here just in case. In this far right barrel is a potion. You can travel to Miranda if you want to. There's some good stuff down there. Revivify in this crate. Over here is a remedy. Tizen is on the north side of the continent. You can buy the other earrings relic here if you're missing one. When you're ready, head to Vector in the middle of everything. Talk to this old man to get into the Magitech facility. You can steal tents from these blue guards. Get the flame saber here for Edgar, then ride the hook to bridge the gap. Climb through the far pipe to claim a tincture. X potion in this chest. In here is a thunderblade. Remedy. More dragoon boots in this chest. Through this door is a gold shield you had to pass by earlier. Go straight down this corridor to procure a gold helmet. Another tent in this chest. This conveyor belt takes you to the next area. Beavis is collecting all the magics. Kefka is a dick to espers. Engage Ifrit. Use ice on him and physical attacks while trying to stay alive. Win the Shiva and Ifrit magicites. Wouldn't be a bad idea to tent while you're down here too. There's a break blade hidden in this room. The next boss isn't much of a challenge. Hit him with physical attacks like the chainsaw and pummel and keep your party healthy with cure. This guy does use magic, but Celeste's runic ability will mostly get in the way while you're trying to heal, plus it doesn't do much damage anyway. You can also steal a rune edge. Celeste will leave your party soon, so take her shit off. Show the rubber coat man how espers actually work. Kefka delivers a sucker punch. What a dick. Celeste sacrifices herself. Sid f***ed off down to Brighton for a crep. Escape with Sid on a lift that's way too close for my personal bubble. Minecart ride, whee! This boss is kind of challenging with lots of attacks and a seldom used one-shot kill. Having cure on most, if not all of your guys would be highly recommended. You can steal a Tempest if you're lucky, but your chances are 33% per instance, and the boss dies of boredom eventually, so keep that in mind. Fight some cranes. Fly back to Zozo to visit Pinky, Locke's favorite color. Terra has a flashback, a memory from her father, Maduin. You know, the Esper you've been exploiting this whole time to get bolt from? You scoundrel. Beauty and the Beast. 16-bit bound chicka wow wow. Gestal steals the freak baby. Terra's all better now, and you have an airship. Now that you have the airship, go to Jadur for the auction house. You'll find the Magicite Golem here, which will help you learn Cure 2, and Zone Seek for Rasp and Osmos. If you're rich or have a lot of items to sell, getting a Cure Ring wouldn't be a bad idea either. Time to fly. Go to Norsh. They've been waiting for you. After talking to Bannon, seek out the lone wolf at the bottom right corner of Norsh. Did you see the Yeti? When you finally meet up with the lone wolf, approach him, and then stand still until Mog does his thing. Walk over to Mog to pull him up and let him join your party so you can learn his dances, and Triton is still frozen. Poor guy. Now, to get Mog's dances, he'll learn a new dance per environment, so get into fights in all the different places you can. A couple tricky ones are first the one in Zozo called Love Sonata, and another is the water dance you'll learn from going through the Serpent Trench. To get the water rondo, head to this cave south of the Veld and jump into the Serpent Trench. Mog will learn the dance from a water-based encounter. Once in Nakia, it wouldn't be a bad idea to ride a yellow chicken down to the Phantom Forest. Out of the forest, go around the bend to jump down the waterfall again. That'll put you back in the Veld where the airship is. Don't worry about Mog's snow dance, he'll learn that later on in the game. Now put Terra in your party and meander to the Imperial base. In the cave to the sealed gate, there's an assassin for Locke in this chest. Tempest here. X potion in this chest, coin toss for Setzer in the other. Flick this switch to reveal stairs leading you to this ether and this winding hidden path, I know cheats, to an elixir. Step on this foot switch, then head down to this switch, which will reveal a room with a magicite, ether, magicite, and the Atma weapon. Zombones are weak to Phoenix Downs, which you can also steal from them. They're also weak to life, but do you really want to waste 30 MP to get rid of one? When you flip this switch to break the bridge underneath you, follow the pathway to the left to get to the Genji glove. Flip the left switch to open the wall where a tent and save point are waiting for you. Flip the right switch to summon a ninja at will. They're pretty strong, but do have a cherub down to steal, which casts float on a party member. Walk around this switch to get to the chest, then activate the switch inside of it. Another magicite here. Run the rest of the way out of the cave and approach the sealed gate. Beavis approaches.
It's a holy tornado.
The way is sealed. Walk out through the newly made exit and backtrack through the Imperial base. Holy flying espers, Batman! Airships in Final Fantasy games are like red shirts in Star Trek. They're always crashing at some point. Looks like the engine still works post-crash. Tisk tisk square. Such a lack of attention to detail. From the obviously wrecked airship, traverse north to Vector. It's a good idea to save outside of town. Vector on fire. Walk up to the Imperial Castle. The Emperor is expecting you. You have 4 minutes to talk to as many soldiers as you can. Try to hit over 20. Some of the soldiers are card-carrying liberals and talk with violence. You can talk to Kefka, have a tinkle, or go for treasures, but it's best to just talk to as many soldiers as you can. You'll have to engage in the fights to tag everybody. Dinner with the Emperor. The correct things to say are, to our hometowns, leave Kefka in jail, that was inexcusable, Celeste is one of us. For the questions, ask each one only once, starting from the top to the bottom. Yes, the espers went too far. Now you can repeat the top question. Opt to take a break, then fight his sentries for the entire 2 minutes, healing up along the way. Then say that your war's truly over. General Leo, Locke smells a rat. If you talk to about 23 soldiers, you'll get access to South Figaro, Doma, the Imperial base, and you'll get a Tintinabar. Walk north to Tizen, find this guy in the woods outside of town and buy the Seraphim Magicite from him. Don't forget to hit up the Imperial base again. In this house, get a bunch of really cool shit, including an elixir at the bottom right-hand corner. Venture over to Albrook and board the ferry. Hey, Celeste is back! Don't worry, Shadow won't garrote you. Garrote? Garroot? I am Groot? Make your way to the inn and talk to the innkeep. Locke and Celeste have a heart-to-heart. Tugboat! Terra and Leo have a heart-to-heart. Man, there's a lot of hearts going on around here. Since when was this ever an issue? Shadow puts Terra in the friend zone. Tugboat! Team meeting! Go up and to the right to reach Tamasa. There's some good stuff in the arsenal shop and it's easy to spend all your hard-earned gains here. I drop in this barrel, soft in this barrel, green cherry here, echo screen here. Tamasa is a strange place. Take Shadow's gear off, he'll be riding the wind again soon. Go into this house. Enter Strago. Enter Realm. Realm spills the beans. Go to the inn and rest for a pittance. Strago interrupts your cheap night's sleep. The roof is on fire. We don't need no water, let the motherfucker burn. Try to avoid the flames. Strago's Aqua Rake is super effective, but kinda pricey, like Aqua Lung from Final Fantasy VII. If a bomb uses Exploder on Strago, he can learn it as a lore. At this fork, the left door is a never-ending series of fights, so go right. At this fork, to the right is a fire rod. Go left, then right to get an ice rod for Strago. Through the left door is the source of the blaze. The boss attacks mostly with fire spells. Use Strago's Aqua Rake to disperse the crowds. You can steal a flame saber from the Eye of Sauron's diseased cat. Then just ice whatever it to death. It'll cast Reflect on itself, so just ice 2 to whatever character you have Reflect already cast. Turns out the dog already found Realm, and Shadow can badass his way through fire, so what the f ever. Strago pledges to help. What a duddy. Traverse left, then up to this cave. Heal Rod here. When you see Realm, you don't have to follow her, and the 2 left cave exits are a loop, so head right. You can steal gold shields from these ugly bastards. Hey, statues! That's cool, run past them to get to the save point. Just kidding, approach the statues. Ultros crashes the party. You can steal a white cape. Ultros is weak to fire. Realm crashes Ultros' party, then threatens to commit suicide. Ultros caves to the suicidal bish. Use Realm's sketch command to paint Ultros, who apparently doesn't identify as a buck-toothed octopus. Skip around the room with patches on the ground and fall through the top one to get a tabby suit and a chocobo suit. Run down to this ledge to go back through the cave so you can fall down this hole and get the X potion, if you want to. Run back through this cave and fall down the bottom hole to continue. Meet a fairy Esper. It's an Esper smorgasbord. Terra is a half-self-hating racist. Locke is a tool. Espers and humans make up. The end. Oh wait, Kefka's a dick and is gonna drag this adventure out for another 10 hours. Idiots. Leo fights Beavis. Beavis wins. The sealed gate becomes unsealed and Espers pour out to attack Beavis, but they just end up throwing themselves away. Idiots. Setzer is a fast learner. Team meeting! Freedom again! Go back into town and have Strago argue with the similarly aged peer Gung-Ho. Head back to the airship to see Kefka and Emperor Genghis approach the not-actually-sealed gate. The planet shits out a floating island. Before you board the flying shit island, go to Doma and loot the place. X Potion in Cyan's old family headquarters. Peek outside and go along this walkway to the storeroom where a phoenix down and beads are waiting for you. Back to the main part of the castle is this ether and an elixir, and that's pretty much it here. Head back to the airship and rebuild your party into 3 strong, well-equipped members. When you access the controls again to head to the hovering shit island, you'll be asked to use only 3 members for multiple successive fights. When ready, activate the airship controls to start the fighting sequence. These guys are weak to lightning attacks. No
Something curious approaches.
Hey look, it's Ultros, and he brought a friend. Kick their asses with magic sauce. Get sneezed off the deck and fight a bomber on your way down. How fucking awesome is this game? Hey look, it's Shadow. Get the Mirasame from here. That's disgusting. Monster in a box with a hardened, a good weapon for Shadow. Navigate the maze until you get here. Yeah, that's all I got. Save point here. Beret here. You can go back to the airship and rebuild your party to grind out spells for other characters, especially Celeste and Shadow, since you have to have them in your party soon. When you're satisfied, build a party with Celeste and 2 other physical attackers with potent healing spells. Fight the Atma weapon. It's not an easy fight, but at least the boss attacks slowly, so knowing when to heal is predictable. Shadow bolts after fighting Atma weapon. If you try to go back to the airship to replenish your ranks, you'll still only be allowed 3 members, so go ahead and confront Beavis and Butthead if you're ready. Gestal wants Celeste to be his trophy wife. Beavis and Butthead argue over who gets to rule the world. Beavis wins the argument. Shadow flies in to save the day. You'll get 6 minutes to leave the island. Walk around the gap to claim the elixir. When you are prompted to jump onto the airship, select Wait. Then approach the cliff again and select Wait for Shadow. At the 5-second mark, Shadow will reappear. World goes boom. Big bada boom. Rubber Coat Man waits out for a year to get with Celeste. That's creepy. Alternate between feeding Sid fish and fighting squirrels until Sid's passing or his revival if you feed him the fast fish. If Sid dies, Celeste tries to kill herself. Celeste sucks at suicide. Future song title. Yell at a bird in frustration. Dead Sid reveals he built a raft. Ride that raft to freedom. Hike to the nearby town of what's left of Albrook to buy the now available Atlas armlet. Walk north to Tizen and equip Celeste with the sprint shoes and ribbon if you haven't already. Meet Sabin. You have plenty of time here despite the battles, but if you're easily stressed out like me, you can run away from everything but the monster in boxes. Heal Rod here. Pearl Rod in this room. Hyperist in the bottom right corner. The next chest is a monster in box, no reward. Tinkster at the top left. Up here is a Magicite. Opposite that is the other monster in a box, so walk down to get the Drainer instead. Rescue the kid and get out of there! Celeste is a fast learner. The next town you'll be going to is to the east. It's Mobley's, where you'll find Terra again. Terra bishes out. Dwayne bishes out. Convenient narrative is convenient. Terra can't beat Foon Baba, so just let her die. Beat down the demon feature song title with Celeste and Sabin. Get the Fenrir Magicite for your troubles. Spoon in the relic shop when you're done. Hop, skip, and jump around this giant crescent landscape to Nokia. While you're here, stop by the arsenal shops. There are a couple upgrades available. Now go to the cafe and talk to all the thugs. After they leave the cafe, go find Edgar the Grey in the marketplace. Stop him while he's walking and don't worry about him cutting your fucking Jacobs off. Edgar the Grey is a terrible liar. Stow away on the tugboat.
Chugga 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 chugga.
Tugboat! In South Figaro, enter the inn and find Edgar the Grey upstairs. There are other upgrades you can buy in the shops here in South Figaro. Saunter over to this cave. Enter this room and also abuse the poor turtle to progress. Siegfried takes all the treasures so you don't have to. Aw, what a nice dick. Figaro Castle. Gravity Rod, Crystal Helm, Ether, and X Potion in this room. Through this left door is a pathway to a regal crown. Edgar the Grey transforms into Edgar the normal Edgar. Japanese games and tentacles. I don't get it. Well, that's a rather inconspicuous set of armor. Oh, a soul saber. Figaro Castle arises. Now you can get the debilitator from the tool shop. Take the Figaro Castle ferry up to the damn it! Coligan area. Skadoodle over to Coligan and meet Setzer in the bar. Celeste convinces Setzer to fight again. Hey look, the game is actually showing you where to go. More upgrades in the arsenal shop in Cunnilingus. That place. Traverse down left to Daryl's tomb. Bottom left room for a crystal mail. Down the stairs for a Czarina gown. Get the XP egg in a hidden room to the right. Go through the door and press the switch. Back to the main room and down to the right is a Genji helmet. Proceed north to this switch to raise the water level. Go back to this center room, abuse the turtle, raise the water level, then enter this room. The box to the left is a monster in a box that will reward you with a dragon claw. To the right is a man-eater. Up through the center is the way to the boss. Celeste's relic ability comes in handy here. Do damage with Sabin and Edgar, then have Setzer use items to heal the party. More descending narrative. Badass introduction for the new wings. Cyan is down in this village. That's nice. Go back to Sid's island so that you can get the Esper Pallador. Now you can go to this part of the world map to find Duncan, Sabin's old master, and after being treated to a puppet-like sparring match, get the Bum Rush Blitz future song title for Sabin. Now it's time to get Cyan. Go to Miranda and bust into this house. Talk to the girl, read the letter, attach a reply to the bird, and watch it fly to Zozo. Buy upgrades in Miranda first, then fly to Zozo. While in Zozo, approach this guy next to the inn and buy the rust rid from him. Go into the cafe building and use it on this door to get to Mount Zozo. Red cap here, ice shield here, thunder shield, Aegis shield. Left at this fork to get a gold hairpin. Keep going on through the mountain. See Cyan's workshop. See Cyan. See Cyan run and hide his emasculating hobby. Cyan instantly joins you. He's still not a dick. Or a bish. Go back to the cliff to get the key to Cyan's chest. Walk back past the save point and press the switch to release the Storm Dragon. It's possible to beat the Storm Dragon now if you attack with Edgar and Sabin and constantly heal with the other two party members. Get a force armor for your troubles. Now you can get Gua. Head off to the Veld and talk to Cyan in the airship to rearrange your party into just 3 members. Get into fights in the Veld until Gua jumps back into your party. Congratulations, now you're stuck with him again. Now you can fight more enemies in the Veld, so take the time to learn more of Gua's rage abilities here. Next up is getting Terra back. Dwayne apologizes for being a pansy. Foon Baba's back again. Get this ether before you go. After the first phase, Foon Baba will dismiss 2 of your party members, then Terra will join for phase 2. Casting Bio with Terra is super effective. Terra can fight! Terra joins the party. Time to get Shadow. Buzz on over to the cave in the Veld. See Shadow's adorable killer dog. Walk up here to get a Rage Ring. In this top left corner of the cave is a monster in a box for Tiger Fangs. Down here is a striker for Shadow. Press the switch to go through this entryway to find Shadow. Fight Senor Behemoth. Celeste's runic ability works great for phase 1. Phase 2 isn't much more challenging. Airlift Shadow back to Tamasa. Shadow has a dream. When you leave and re-enter Tamasa, you'll find that Shadow is f***ed off down to Brighton, so fly to the Colosseum. Ultros found work. Talk to the guard and bet the striker. You'll fight Shadow. He's a pushover to Sabin with a Genji glove. After you kick his ass, Shadow will join you. Now's a good time to get Go-Go. Ramble onto the Triangle Island, pick a fight with the Zone Eater, and wait for your whole party to get eaten. Waltz down, then left, jump the gap, and let this leprechaun knock you off for an ether and a red jacket. Return to this room, this time avoiding the leprechaun to get the Genji armor and magical brush. Fake mustache here. If you don't have save states, use the save point. Get the Zephyr cape with ease. Hero ring here. Tack star here, but be careful. Did you save? Jump around to this switch so you can get the Thunder Shield. Play ring around the Rosie. Enter Go-Go. After escaping the Zone Eater, preferably with the warp spell, now's a good time to go to Norsh. Before landing at Norsh, regroup into just 3 members so as to accept Mog when you get there. Wolfman insinuates that Locke would be a good character to return with. Go left to gaming's favorite hidden door. Work your way through the tunnels going south at this fork to get back to Mog. Mog wants you to require a Yeti. Immediately check where Mog was standing to get the Moogle charm. Head back to these chests you ignored before to now receive an elixir and a pod bracelet. Now to fight the Ice Dragon, Tritok, and get Umaro. Make your way through the cave system of Norsh. Mog will learn the Snowman Jazz along the way. The Ice Dragon won't be easy, so equip everyone you can with ice shields. If some of your party becomes frozen, you can cast fire on them for minimal damage. Continue on to Tritok. Cast fire too until it gives up its ghost. Jump down the cliff. Take this entrance for an X-Ether. Go around these tiles to reach this monster in a box, but I gotta warn you, all you get are 5 magic points. Gauntlet on the lower floor. Take these walkways on the lower floor to proceed. This first switch will delay progress, but the second switch takes you to Umaro. Examine these bones to get the Terrato Magicite. Umaro will fight you. He's a bit of a pushover, beat him down with your strongest physical attacks and fire magic. When you're through with him, Mog will prove that size doesn't matter and Umaro will join you. Now it's off to Jadur. Walk into Owzer's house, get scared off the back staircase, and read the diary. Examine the portrait of Butthead twice to get a clue about a treasure. Look at the painting in the bottom left corner to trigger a fight and summon a door. This place is creepy as f***. Go through the left door for a Moogle suit. Behind these doors is a relic ring. Go through the left entrance here and walk across the hidden pathway. Stand underneath these chests to trigger fights and reap their contents. Address the middle painting to continue. Keep right and walk on to the boss. You can have Celeste in your party for her relic ability if you want, but the boss doesn't do enough damage to justify it completely. Just throw out physical attacks and fire magic to win the day. Get the Starlit Magicite for the trouble. Realm rejoins the party. With Realm in the mix, you can now go to the Fanatic's Tower and wrestle Strago out of his stupor. Going up that tower for now, head back to Tamasa. Put both Realm and Strago in your party to find Gung-Ho. Gung-Ho fell down and broke his hip after Haydn pushed him. Fly just north to Ebon's Rock. You'll need coral to get through here. This chest is a dick. Wait, what? The ground pads take you to random areas, so gather up coral where you can and feed it to the greedy-ass chest when you can. Haydn won't present much of a challenge if Celeste's runic ability is available. One of the little minions does have Reflect on it, so blitzes and tools work the best. Strago can also learn the lore Grand Train from this boss, which is the only real takeaway for now. Spoiler alert, Gung-Ho faked his injuries, so the only real reason you killed it is because it's powerful and ugly. Way to go, you douche. Now's a good opportunity to hit up the Emperor's treasure. First thing to do is go into the airship and de-equip everybody. Before landing, you'll be asked to split into 2 groups. The puzzles here are quite rudimentary. This chest is a trap. From the lower level, walk around and press this switch to access it. This chest is empty. Warpstone in the bottom right corner of this room. This chest is also empty, but you have to search them or you won't get the items later. Don't worry about this chest at first, it will be accessible later. The Fire Dragon is down here too. Before going into the fight, equip as many fire defenses as you can. Don't forget about your relic ring. Dragon Horn in this chest. Now you can get the ribbon. Proceed on through the cave to meet Locke, who's after the Phoenix Magicite. Locke tries to revive Rachel. Rachel puts him in the ultimate friend zone. Locke joins the party and gives you what he found in the Emperor's closet. With Locke now in the party, head back to Norsh. Unlock the weapon shop and talk to the old geezer to get Ragnarok in either weapon or Magicite form. I picked Magicite so that everyone can learn Ultima. Go into this house and take this guy's cursed shield. You should be done with Norsh now. Fly back to Figaro Castle. Request the castle be moved from the Colonel Angus area and then investigate the stratum. Ether in the first room. Down here is a monster in a box for the greatest. Wing Edge here. Doom Darts in the second cave. X Potion with a Magicite right next to it. Get a history lesson outside of the buried castle. On your way in, venture into this room to fight a monster in a box for the offering. Odin Magicite in the throne room. Secret chamber with a blizzard orb and gold hairpin. Curve off to the right to read a diary and get an X-Ether. Go back to the throne room and step back from the right chair 5 times, then examine. You should sense the staircase open in the room to the right.
Arr, there be dragons here.
When you combine the Genji glove and offering on Sabin, taking down the dragon isn't much of a challenge. Get a scimitar in case of victory. Activating Queenie transforms Ragnarok into Raiden, which allows you to learn quick instead of Ultima. I'm going to opt for Ultima for this walkthrough. Now we're off to the Fanatic's Tower. This place ain't easy. Save the game before you head up, even with save states. If your characters have less than 3000 HP, it is a very real possibility to be quaked to death before you reach the top. Umaro helps because he can still do physical attacks, make sure you have enough wall rings for everybody, and powerful magics. An Ultima caster paired with a gold hairpin is a big plus, too. Spoils include the safety bit, Genji shield, Pearl Lance from the White Dragon, Stunner, Force Armor, and Gem Box. You'll need Life 3 and Ultima to beat the big guy at the top. You can grind them out in the last room if you have to. Vomiting Ultima will always damage the punky bastard no matter his wall change. Then cast Life 3 on at least one of your party members so that when you get Ultimate at the end, that member will be revived and you'll win the fight. And then do your best to survive on the way down. If you're still alive, head over to the Opera House. Go up the balcony, flip this switch, and fight the Dirt Dragon. By now you should be able to cast Ultimate twice in a row and use the Genji glove in combination with the Offering. Throw in a couple of the random attacks and the dragon will fall in no time, leaving the 2 dragons in Kefka's tower. Now is a good time to return to Doma Castle. Put Cyan in your party and make sure your most powerful fighter is at the bottom of your party. In this case, Sabin with the Genji glove and Offering relics. Proceed through the castle into this room and take a nap. Cyan's head is taken over by the Three Stooges out of a Stephen King novel. Follow them into Cyan's noggin, Freddy Krueger style. These doors mostly lead to random locations, but try to go through different doors every time to find your lost party members. Once the other 2 are collected, find this room and proceed through the door to fight the Stooges. After you dispatch the dumbasses, make your way through the Ghost Train. Flip this switch and walk over to the Genji glove. Gather the lump of metal from this chest in the corner to weigh down this little bastard to get the Flame Shield. Ice Shield here. Open these chests in the formation you saw in the previous car. Next, you'll be in Magitech armor. These caves will be a loop until you go backwards to find Cyan. Learn that Cyan is being possessed by the demon Rex Your Soul. Walk outside the castle to watch Cyan raise his son to be a warrior. Venture back inside to witness Cyan suck at feelings and Enter the throne room and take on Wreck-It Ralph. When it disappears, you'll have to kill a random party member until it materializes again. Then pop an Ultima cap in its ass. Wash, rinse, repeat until something gives. Cyan talks to dead people. Cyan gets his groove back. Return to the throne room to get the Alexander Magicite. Nothing else is in your way to Kefka's tower but the Colosseum. It also wouldn't be a bad idea to spell up your more useless party members. The easiest way to do that is to go to this forest and f*** some shit up. Do some fights in the Colosseum. Notable wagers are the Gem Box for an Economizer, Dragon Horns for gold hairpins, the Strato for a Pearl Lance, the Behemoth Suit for a Snow Muffler, Imp's Armor for Tortoise Shells, Genji Armor for the Air Anchor, Moogle Suit for the Nutkin Suit, Tintinabar for the XP Egg, Imp Halberd for a Cat Hood, and the Sniper for a Bone Club. Before going to Kefka's tower, engage Doomgaze in a fight by flying around the world map until you bump into him. He'll run away at least once, but his HP counter doesn't reset, so a second engagement doesn't mean starting all over. You'll get the Bahamut Magicite after final victory. Time to descend on Kefka's tower, but first, team meeting! I arranged my 3 groups based on feelings and personal bias. Feel free to arrange your teams however you like. The second and third teams are going to fight dragons, so the first team should be weaker unless you want to juggle items and relics between the parties. With the first party, get a coronet in this chest. Head down and into this room for the fixed dice. Take the first party here and let it rest. With the second party, find a Minerva here. At the fork, walk up to get the Tax Star. Head down through the jail and fight Atma. Careful, it absorbs Pearl, so Pearl Lances will do you no good. After defeating Atma, get a save point. Left at this fork, right goes backwards. In this chest is a Force Shield. Follow the curve to the left for a Force Armor. Take this door to the left to press the switch and claim a ribbon. Back through this door to continue. Hey look, it's the Gold Dragon! Kill it! Continue on and step on this switch. Move on to the last party. Red cap here. Through this door and up to get the Nutkin Suit and Gauntlet. Hero Ring here. Ride the conveyor. Get assaulted by a robot ninja. Its body absorbs fire and the left arm absorbs lightning. Move on to claim this Mega Elixir. This chest is a switch. Then get a rainbow brush. Through these doors and up is the pathway to the Skull Dragon. Magic it to death, get a muscle belt, and if that's the last dragon, the Crusader Magicite. After the dragon, proceed to this switch and change to the first party. Move over the new bridge to get this Tax Star. Approach this area to begin a bunch of tricky switchery. I know you really want to engage the robot guard, but first activate these doors so you can fight the statues. Careful, they're not easy. In case the Doom statue casts North Cross, cast fire on your party to unfreeze the frozen members. Go up, stand on the switch. With Party 3, do likewise. Ultima this statue to death. It couldn't attack me, so I have no strategic advice. Cheers! Get an Excalibur after the statue crumbles. Stand on the other switch. Move up with Party 2 to fight the Guardian. Bolt it to death, or just use Ultima. Whatever. Continue on to fight the Poltergeist. It absorbs fire attacks, so use Ultima. Whatever. Get an Aura Lance when done. Fall down a hole to press the final switch. Confront the all-powerful Beavis. Is he still a dick? Yep, he's still a dick. Kick his dick ass. Phase 1 isn't much of a challenge. If you have an economizer equipped to someone with Ultima, you're pretty much set through most of the fight. The second phase can launch a couple spells that do about 1,000 damage to those not prepared to take fire damage. Wouldn't hurt to be prepared for confusion either. In phase number 3, the disembodied woman absorbs most magic, so use strong physical attacks on her while punishing the lower portion with powerful magics. Or just hit both of them with Ultima and Meteor, ain't no one invulnerable to that shit. This part will end with 2 random party members being offed. Hopefully they either won't be in your Ultima Casters collection, or they'll be replaced with other Ultima Casters. The final phase has you facing off against Beavis the Almighty himself. He can launch unblockable magic that will not only damage your party for over 1500 HP each, but also make you think the damn TV is broken. Also wouldn't be a bad idea for most everyone to know Cure 3. Just saying. Watch the ending. Team meeting!
Chugga 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 chugga.
Tugboat! This has been a fast walkthrough for Final Fantasy VI here on Thiege's catalog. If you liked the video, click the like button. If you want more RPG walkthroughs, share this video and help me get lots of views. If you think I deserve it, that is. My immediate future plans are to record a bunch more music, unless this video gets, like, thousands of views, that is. Then I'll be doing more walkthroughs first. For updates, check out my SoundCloud at soundcloud.com/joel-michael-rocks. Thanks for watching, and you guys, have a good night.